Lawyers, has a case ever ruined your life? I was the guy everyone called when things looked impossible. 15 years as a defense attorney. Never lost a case that mattered. My office had this wall covered in newspaper clippings about my wins. People used to joke that I could get a serial killer acquitted if I tried hard enough. Then I met Danny. Danny was this scrawny kid with track marks on his arms, accused of breaking into federal Judge Morrison's house. Seemed like easy money. Kid was clearly guilty. We'd plea it down to burglary, maybe get him into rehab instead of prison. Standard Tuesday for me. But something felt wrong from day one. The break-in happened exactly 3 days after Judge Morrison ruled against the corporation in this massive lawsuit. We're talking billions of dollars here. The judge basically said their heart medication killed thousands of people and they knew it. Big win for the victims' families. Danny kept telling me the same story over and over. Some guy paid him $200 and a baggie of heroin to grab a metal box from the judge's home office. Danny swore he had no clue whose house it was, just needed the fix. I asked for security footage from the neighborhood. Every single camera within 4 blocks had mysteriously malfunctioned that night. What are the odds? The only evidence against Danny was his fingerprint on the judge's desk drawer. But here's the thing, the print was too perfect, too clean, like someone had pressed his finger there while he was unconscious. I started digging into the corporation's case. Judge Morrison had received death threats after his ruling. Then, 2 weeks after Danny's arrest, the judge collapsed in his courtroom. Doctors said it looked like poisoning, but he survived. That's when the emails started. First one just said, "Drop the case." I deleted it, figured it was some crazy person. Second one had photos of my daughter Emma getting off her school bus. Third one showed my son Jake at soccer practice with a message, "Nice kids, would hate if something happened." I called the cops immediately. They traced the emails to some internet cafe in Romania. Dead end. I moved my family to my brother's house 3 states away and kept working the case. Had to. Danny was looking at 20 years for something he didn't do. Then everything went to hell. Someone broke into my office and stole files from 12 different cases. My bank called saying the IRS was investigating me for tax evasion. Never had any tax problems in my life. The state bar started reviewing my license because someone claimed I was bribing witnesses. My other clients started dropping me one by one. Word spread that I was under investigation. In 6 weeks, I went from having a waiting list to having 0 cases. But I found something. This computer tech who owed me a favor managed to recover deleted footage from the judge's security system. The video showed someone breaking in all right, but it wasn't Danny. This guy was tall, professional looking, knew exactly where he was going. The footage showed him injecting something into the judge's coffee maker. Then the judge came home, made coffee, drank it, and collapsed right there in his kitchen. I brought the footage to court, heart pounding. Finally had proof Danny was innocent. The prosecutor stood up and said the video was fake, obviously doctored. The judge refused to admit it as evidence without independent verification. 2 days later, the computer tech was found dead in his apartment. Supposed heroin overdose. Guy had been clean for 3 years. I knew I was beat. I negotiated a plea deal for Danny. 5 years instead of 20, but still prison time for something he didn't do. I sat in that courtroom and watched an innocent kid get sentenced while the real criminals walked free. That was 4 years ago. My law license got suspended for ethical violations that I never committed. My wife divorced me after the stress destroyed our marriage. My kids live with her in Oregon now under different last names because we still get weird phone calls sometimes.